Okay, so just in a general sense, could you tell me a little bit about the history of the agency? Or
Sure. The Salvation Army started in London, England, in 1865. And I'll actually give you a really quick version of the real story, and then you can do with that what you will. But the Army started, there was a gentleman named William Booth. He was a Methodist minister at a fancy church in downtown London, but he had a real heart for the people on the street, drunks and drug addicts and homeless and helpless and just people in a mess. And he would bring them into his fancy church, and the other people in the church would sort of sneer and pinch their noses and not in my pew kind of thing and move away. And ultimately they pretty much said, you either stop this or we're going to leave. And they essentially packed up their fancy church and moved it uptown, and William Booth stayed downtown to serve these people. And what he realized was that until people knew that they had a safe place to stay, warm clothes, a place to sleep, good food to fill their tummies, they weren't going to hear anything about what God had to tell them. So that's how the social service piece and the religious or the church piece of the Salvation Army came to be one thing. And so that's what happened. The Salvation Army was born that way. He said, these people need an army. I can't do this myself. And the Salvation Army was born.
wow, okay.
More than you needed to know.
Oh no, that's perfect. That's perfect. What is the name of the executive director?
Locally, the person who holds the title of Clark County Coordinator, which would be over all the programs here in Clark County, is Major Robert Lloyd and his wife, Major Rhonda Lloyd.
Okay, now on a bit of a different note, in terms of if you want to work for the Salvation Army, what educational background do you need?
We have people working for us that have a GED. We have people working for us that have a master's degree. We have others who have a college degree. We have so many different programs and so many different needs for employees that we really hire a lot of different people at a lot of different levels. I mean, we have warehouse workers and truck drivers. We have grant writers and business managers and finance people who need to be a little more educated. I do have a degree in broadcast